Most people are terrified of rejection. They will avoid it like the plague.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
They'll do anything to avoid hearing no. They hesitate, they overthink, they delay reaching out, and in doing that, they miss the very opportunities that could change their life. But the truth is, rejection isn't real. It's made up in your brain. It only becomes real when you make it mean something about you. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I rewired my mindset and used rejection as fuel to grow to over 50,000 a month in commissions as a remote closer. So I'm going to break it down for you, my best lessons around rejection. So the first thing is I realized it's just a yes or a no. That's it. You need to remain neutral. The sting only kicks in when you attach a story to it. I'm not good enough. They didn't like me. That's not true. Those are all assumptions. That's just your fear talking and your ego protecting you. So when I stopped taking it personally, then that allowed me to grow and level up. What I had to do was separate the offer from them rejecting me and realize they weren't rejecting me. They were just rejecting my request, or they didn't feel like the offer was right for them. And that's normal in sales and life, and it normalizes after a while and you become desensitized. Then what I did is I shifted into a frame of you either win or you learn. Either way you grow, sale or the lesson. And if you never quit, you never fail. That's the game. And one of the best analogies I ever heard back when I was in door-to-door sales, you were just looking for the 4 aces in the deck of 52 cards. Sometimes you've got to flip through a few jokers first, a few shit cards, but they're in the deck, so you just got to keep flipping through until you find the 4 aces. And I even started to love rejection. I made it fun. I'd laugh when someone hit me with a no. In door-to-door sales, we used to call it turn and burn them, and we'd be on to the next door before we could even think about it. Because the moment you stop fearing it, you take away all its power. It doesn't control you anymore. So laugh at it. And I stopped zooming in on one hard conversation, and I started to focus my attention on all of the good ones. And I'd feed my mind with the wins. Energy flows where focus goes. So I focused more on what I wanted and on the positive interaction. I started celebrating every outcome. I know that just means I'm one step closer to the next yes, because sales is a numbers game. That's how it works. If I keep showing up, if I keep playing the law of averages, then it always comes around. It's cyclical as long as I maintain my attitude. So you'll never hit your goals if you're afraid to pick up the phone. I can teach you everything in life, but I can't teach you the hunger to pick up the phone. So I used rejection to fuel me. The more I got, the more fire I felt, and I allowed myself to feel that fire building every time I got rejection, that I was getting closer to the next yes. Whereas some people hear no and they shut down. I hear no and I get more lit up. So I went wide. I went deep. I picked up the phone, went through the list, racked up rep, and something interesting happened. I desensitized myself. I no longer cared about it. You build thick skin. When you do it so much, it normalizes to your brain. And this is where you become unstoppable. When you're no longer afraid of the worst case scenario, you can take massive action. And even when things didn't go my way, I just trusted that rejection is just protection and redirection, and it's going to help me get closer to my goals. There's always something better up ahead. And my favorite reminder, especially when I've had a string of rejections or doubts start to creep in, one of my favorite verses from the Bible is, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." Isaiah 54:17. And I stand on that. I know I'm protected by God. I know I'm built for this. So if you're ever going through rejection right now in sales or life, just know it's all a part of the journey. Lean in, don't run from it, let it sharpen you. Because if you can master this part of the game, everything else becomes easier. Let me know in the comments what your favorite ways to handle rejection or your lines over the years. And if you want access to my free private starter kit that shows how to start earning 1K to 5K per sale remotely with remote sales, just comment the word kit or send me a DM on social media. I'm happy to chat with you. And just a final note, guys, keep going. God's got you, and this industry will reward you if you just keep showing up, guys. So just keep chipping away.